Across the amazing landscape of Cilento, on the way to Centola, you will find, like a loyal travel companion, the promontory of Capo Palinuro, unique in shape, with its 5 tips: Fortino, Quaglia, Jaco, Spartivento and Mammone, resembling a large hand about to conquer the impetuous sea and its outstanding landscape. Capo Palinuro is an extraordinary treasure chest in which nature remains wild and unspoiled, and history and myth are recalled by the ancient towers and forts rising above the tall cliffs overlooking the sea. Sheer crags, natural arches, deep cavities, sinkholes, caves above and below water are just some of the treasures guarded by Capo Palinuro. Here, on the steep, north-facing limestone cliffs, grows the Primula di Palinuro, Primula palinuri, a unique, endemic species originally from the north. This plant has adapted to life in this restricted habitat in small colonies, surviving the changes in climate and environment without changing itself. Discovered in 1767, it is now one of the protected species to be found in Cilento and is the symbol of the National Park of Cilento and Vallo di Diano. And it is here, in this unique setting, that the forts and towers path begins, where land, sea and sky meet myth and history, used in the past to link the coastal towers and forts of Capo Palinuro. The path offers 2 different levels of difficulty, the tourist route and the hiking route, approximately 3,000 meters long. It embraces the most extreme tip of Capo Palinuro, starting from the porto and rising to a height of 175 meters above sea level. The route begins at the heart of the quay, near the Capitaneria di Porto, harbor master's office, where the golden beach and crystal clear waters skirting the road are worth a linger. In the summer, the fragrance of the sea daffodil, Pancratium maritimum, which grows naturally on this stretch of sand, makes this walk even more enjoyable. After filling up your water bottles with fresh water from the fountain where the path actually starts, you set off on your walk through the lush Mediterranean scrub. On the section leading to the Torre del Fortino, or rather to the Batteria del Prodese, the colors and scents of the common myrtle, Myrtus communis, the mastic tree, Pistacia lentiscus, the mac privet, Filirea latifolia, and the Italian buckthorn, Rhamnus alaternus, blend into one another. When you reach the tower on the Punta del Fortino, the breathtaking view and the bright color of the crystal clear sea will leave you speechless. The most difficult section, due to the steep climb and the rougher terrain, leads you to the Torre della Quaglia, situated on the tip of the same name, and to the remains of some examples of rural architecture, where what at first sight may appear to be a paved path is in fact an ingenious system for collecting rainwater. The path leading up from the cape towards the lighthouse continues winding through large clusters of junipers and mastic trees, stuck to the ground by the salt deposits which cover the ridges stretching over the sea. Leaving the lighthouse behind you, you enter into a dense vegetation of fragrant maritime pines, Pinus pinaster. The walk continues towards the Fortino, built on the top of the Monte d'Oro during Napoleonic times, once used as a hiding place during the period of the Cilento revolts. Today, from its crenulated walls, you can see views of the Valle del Mingardo, of the coast of Pisciota and Camerota, following the path southwards, and once past a section in which Mediterranean scrub obscures your view of the sea, you reach the Torre di Calafetente. The breathtaking overhangs reveal the true beauty of the cerulean colors of the cove of Calafetente, while the window mounted in the cliff allows the traveler to peer into the myth and legends recounted about these places. It is also fascinating to view the promontory of Capo Palinuro from the sea, as its chaos phenomena has formed countless cavities, sometimes invaded by the sea, full of light, colors and erosive phenomena, making this stretch of the coast unique. The most well-known and most popular cave is without doubt the Grotta Azzurra, Blue Cave, which owes its name to the play of light coming from the opposite side of the cave. The light enters through an underwater siphon around 20 meters below, creating a spectacular light effect with bright blue colors. Other very charming and characteristic caves are the Grotta Argento, Silver Cave, the Grotta dei Monaci, Monk's Cave, the Grotta Preistorica, Prehistorical Cave, the Grotta del Sangue, Cave of Blood, and the Grotta Sulfuria, Sulfur Cave. While the natural beauty of Palinuro is outstanding, its history is equally enthralling, immortalized by legend and narrated by the traces left behind by ancient civilization. According to mythology, Palinurus, Aeneas' helmsman who fell overboard at night, was killed by native tribes. Palinuro was already inhabited in prehistorical times, as is evident from the remains of Paleolithic age and the Neolithic settlement in the town of San Paolo. In the 4th century before Christ, it was a Greek colony together with the town of Molpa. The link between the two can be seen from the minting of a silver coin depicting the figure of a wild boar and the wording Pal Mol, Palinuro and Molpa. Under the rule of the Kingdom of Naples, Palinuro became a defense outpost due to the construction of coastal towers, forts and batteries. When in Palinuro, it is well worth visiting the Antiquarium della Ficocella, situated on a promontory overlooking the sea. It was created in 1960s to host the numerous findings recovered from the excavation initiated in 1948. It exhibits obsidian artifacts dating back 6,000 years, the remains of an ancient prehistorical settlement, articles from the necropolis from the Archaic period, which include Ionic-style pottery, Attic black figure pottery and locally produced pottery typical of Vallo di Diano, decorated with geometric designs, used not only for containing water or foodstuffs, but also as cinerary urns. Also on display are items recovered from numerous shipwrecks during the Hellenistic period found on the seabed of Palinuro. Resting on the hills overlooking the enchanting sea of Palinuro, with its wealth of historical and artistic treasures, Centola, rising from the ashes of ancient Molpa destroyed by the Roman army in order to drive out the Ostrogoth invaders. It was named Centola by the number of fugitives who established the new settlement. In the historical center of the town today you can see the Torre Campanaria, bell tower, once forming part of the old church of San Basilio. You can also visit the Convento dei Cappuccini, 1619, which boasts a wonderful Baroque altar carved in wood, and the Palazzo Baronale Lupo, erected in the 13th century by Ludovico Orazio Bonifacio Lupo. From the beaches of Palinuro, as you go upstream along the Mingardo River, the valley soon becomes a canyon, the Gola del Diavolo, the Devil's Gorge. And on the right, at the top of a wall of rock, you can see the ancient medieval town of San Severino, a charming place steeped in history, where the remains of the village show traces of the original settlement dating back to the 10th, 11th century. The town is divided in half by the characteristic saddle shape of the hill on which it stands. On one side is a castle, and on the other the church of Santa Maria degli Angeli, with the residential area. On leaving the ancient town of San Severino, a short and winding road leads you to the hamlet of Floria, boasting wonderful views, its interior being renowned for the lush vegetation, the tranquility and harmony of its landscape. The small village harbors all of the charm of a hamlet where time stands still, as demonstrated by an old medieval palace. Crossing the green hill of Centola towards the sea. Meanwhile, you come to the characteristic town of San Nicola, where the tradition of the original rural civilization remain intact, along with the sounds of the Cilento dialect, a true example of cultural heritage. In the heart of the National Park of Cilento and Vallo di Diano, Centola offers a wide and diversified land where its scenery of outstanding beauty and spectacular unspoiled nature combine with an ancient history demonstrated by its wealth of remains. A wonderful place, then, which is an excellent tourist spot, capable of meeting the many different requirements all year round.